This is the regular meeting of the Mobile City Council, Tuesday, March the 19th. Please stand for our invocation led by Council Member Corey Penn, District 1, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Father God, we just thank you right now, God, for today. We thank you for our city. We thank you for the city of Mobile. We thank you for our administration, our mayor, our department heads. We thank you for our city council and our team and our staff. We thank you right now, God, that our city is growing and going to the next level, and we're one of the best cities in the state of Alabama. We thank you right now, God, that crime is decreasing. We lift up our police department. Thank you, Lord, that you are giving our chief strategies and ideas to help take our department to the next level. We lift up our fire department. We thank you right now, God, Lord, that you're doing the same for our chief in the fire department. And we declare right now, God, businesses are coming to our city from the north, the south, the east, the north, the south, the east, and the west right now, God. They are coming in and we're growing. And we call it done. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, President Small.
Here.
Vice President Gregory.
Here.
Councilmember Penn.
Here.
Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Councilmember Reynolds.
Here.
Councilmember Daves. Councilmember Woods.
Here.
Statement of rules.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's good to see everyone this morning. Welcome to our March 19th meeting. At this meeting, we do have rules. At this time, I ask if anyone have any type of electronic device, including cell phones, please at this time put it on the off or the vibrator position, the off or the vibrator position. Any person that is desiring to address the council must sign in indicating the ordinance, the resolution, appeal, or public hearing agenda item before entering the meeting. When addressing the council, the speaker must give his or her name. Any person that is desiring to speak to the council on a non-agenda item must contact the city clerk office no later than 2:00 p.m. the Thursday prior to the council meeting. The subject that he or she wishes to express to the council must be identified and pertain to the city of Mobile business. Anyone who has not given proper notice to the city clerk office and wishes to speak on a non-agenda item will not be allowed to do so. Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes to address the council. A bell will sound to indicate the end of 2 minutes. A bell will sound to indicate that your time has expired on the second one. The second bell will indicate the time has expired. When addressing the council, there will be no personal address to any individual council members. All statements are to be made to the chair, who will recognize any council member who wishes to respond. To maintain decorum, there will be no undue applause and or public outcry allowed. Madam Clerk.
Approval of minutes of March 12th.
So moved.
Second.
And properly moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? It is approved.
Communications from the mayor's office.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll make these statements in the mayor's absence. First, I want to bring down the chief of police so that he can acknowledge the officer of the month, followed by leadership from the fire department for firefighter of the month.
Good mornings and greetings from the police department. Today I bring you Officer Sean Johnson. He's been with the department just shy of 3 years. He came all the way from Colorado as a lateral police officer, where he had done approximately 4 years over in Colorado. So we're very fortunate to have him for the Officer of the Month for February. Just a couple of highlights, even with the shortages, and I think the attrition is getting much better today. Sean answered 70 calls for service, 15 backings, and of course he made some very significant arrests. And that's indicative of all of our officers, that they fill in the gap, because you have to do the calls for service, but then you also have to be able to be proactive, to be able to prevent crime. As a part of preventing crime, there were 2 significant cases. One of those cases was that there was a BOLO issued for a wanted burglary in the 3rd precinct, and this is where he is assigned at. And so with his diligence and being proactive and understanding that we've got to get this guy off the street, he located the individual, and subsequently about a half a dozen of those burglary cases were cleared. That just simply means we got another burglar off the street. One of the other significant notable things that he did in February was we had an unfortunate homicide shortly before the Trinity Gardens parade over in the 3rd Precinct. And Officer Johnson responded, and immediately one of the first officers at the scene, without hesitation, attempted and did give some life-saving techniques to our victim. Unfortunately, the victim succumbed to his injuries. But if you see on his chest, he's already been awarded at least twice the life-saving award, and that is the guy that he is. And we're just proud to have him all the way from Colorado. And his dad is a retired 30-year fireman, so he wears dual hats as he comes to the police department. So with that being said, I'd like to congratulate him for a job well done for Officer of the Month.
Good morning, Council. Mobile Fire Department is pleased to present firefighter Carry-On Chastain as Firefighter of the Month. He's been on the department for a little over a year now, and has done already some extraordinary things. The other piece of this is the fact that this is in his blood, right? So we get a lot of people that come to the fire department. We're a tight-knit family, but it comes even tighter when we look at the fact that he is a 5th-generation firefighter. Okay, so that says a lot to what the city has to offer, and we are pleased to present him with this Firefighter of the Month. He goes above and beyond when it comes to his requirements for work. They actually helped a disabled individual in the Crichton community that had a broke down wheelchair miles from his house, or a couple of blocks. They were able to manage to rotate, and they got him all the way back to his residence where he could get his wheelchair charged back up. And it's little things like that that go on above and beyond to helping the citizens of Mobile, which is a big piece. But we're pleased to present him with this, and look forward to what he's going to have to offer for years to come.
Thank you, Chief. Now I'd like to call John Sledge to the podium. John Sledge is a treasure of historic proportions, City of Mobile. He's the go-to source for historic information with over 2 decades of service to this city. In addition to the time at the city, for nearly 17 years, he spent being a book editor for the Mobile Press Register and authored numerous books. In fact, Winston Groom, the author of Forrest Gump, once referred to his work as fine and fascinating. So I have 2 things here. One is your certificate of recognition, which I'll read, and 2 is the other I'll present to you. John Sledge is hereby officially recognized upon his retirement from the Mobile Historic Development Department after over 38 years of dedicated service to the City of Mobile. We applaud John for his many dedicated years as an architectural historian and renowned author. His extensive knowledge of our local area and its history has proven invaluable, and we wish him the very best in his retirement. Done this 27th day of March in the year of our Lord, 2024, in the 322nd year of the founding of the City of Mobile, proclaimed by William F. Stimson, the 108th Mayor, Mobile City Council. John, the second award is the Mayor's Medal of Excellence, which is the highest award extended to any employee in the City of Mobile. Thank you.
Appreciate it. May I say something briefly? It's been a pleasure and an honor to work for the city of Mobile. It's very close to my heart. I've worked with some of you personally over the years. That's been wonderful. Ricardo, marvelous. We've worked on some projects as well. And I'd like to recognize my coworkers who are wearing these T-shirts that I'll be filing a complaint about. Meredith Wilson on the left, and then Annie Allen. Kimberly Thomas, who knows everything about this community. It's truly uncanny. Dana Foster, wonderful archaeologist, incredibly energetic and bright. Hannon Falls, who, if for some reason Kimberly doesn't know it, Hannon will. And then Christine Dawson, our director, who's truly been very understanding and wonderful. And lastly, this May, our book about Mobile and Havana and our long shared history will be out. You'll all be getting signed copies, and I'll look forward to seeing you again here and there about the town. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Sean.
Mr. President, the mayor's still getting his voice back, and this concludes his comments. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Penn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, I have some recognitions that I would like to present. Today, I would like to recognize the athletic director, coaches, assistant coaches, and the men and women basketball team of Bishop State Community College. Let's give them a big hand. Y'all please stand and make your way to the dais up front. Today, I would like to recognize an outstanding and a historical performance during the 23-24 men basketball season and women basketball season at Bishop State Community College. Congratulations on a great season done at the city of Mobile on this day, 19th of March 24. Let's give them a big hand again. Now, all right, we're going to do a picture. Wood.
Yeah, congratulations.
Okay. All right.
Congratulations.
Now, can the athletic director meet me at the podium?
Congratulations. 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 Good job. Congratulations.
That email was just to add the sentence about what downtown role was.
Whereas Coach Trent Eager is a 2004 graduate of Jacksonville State University, where he obtained a BS degree in sociology. He furthered his education at the University of West Alabama, receiving a master's degree in physical education. And whereas in 2009, he began his coaching career as an assistant at his alma mater, Monroe County High School. And whereas in 2010, he was appointed head coach of the varsity boys basketball team. Whereas in 2011, he guided his team to the 4A Area 2 championship and the 4A South Regional Championship game, finishing the season with a 19-10 record. Whereas Coach Eager was appointed the men's head basketball coach at Alabama Southern Community College in July 2012 and became the women's head coach in 2014. And whereas he served as head women basketball coach at Bishop State Community College for 5 seasons, and whereas during his time as the head women's basketball coach, he has seen multiple players move on to the next level, including Region 22 Players of the Year, Anaya Banks, Xavier University, Naja Scott University of New Orleans from the 20 through 21 season. And whereas Coach Eager tailed a 700 winning percent in this season with a record of 14-6 prior to becoming the men's basketball head coach of August of 2021. And whereas he is recognized and named Coach of the Year for the 23-24 basketball season by the Alabama Community College Conference. And now, therefore, as the members of the Mobile City Council do hereby honor and celebrate Coach Trenton Eager as the City of Mobile, Alabama, and urge all citizens to join us in celebrating him, done at the City of Mobile, Alabama, on 19th day of March, 2024. Let's celebrate Coach today. Congratulations. You like to speak, Coach? Say something.
I didn't have anything written down to say, so it will be brief. Thank you for this honor, this award. You always think about the impact that you have on yourself and those right there around you, but to be recognized and see that your impact makes a difference outside of your shell is really honoring. So thank you for this.
Congratulations. Vice President.
I also want to recognize some other visitors we have with us today from St. Ignatius. If you all will stand. And you all are part of a special class, correct? Student Government Association. Okay, so I know you've been touring Government Plaza today. So we welcome you here this morning to be with us. What grades are represented? 5th through 8th. Well, thank you for coming. We hope you enjoy your experience while you're here today. Thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Adoption of the agenda.
So move.
Second. Been properly moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Agenda is adopted.
Appeals, we have a request for waiver of the noise ordinance, April the 13th in Mardi Gras Park, May the 12th in Washington Square Park, May 23rd, McNally Park, and April the 6th on Park Street.
Second. Been properly moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Appeal passes.
Public hearings. Today is the public hearing to declare the structures at 952 Minor Street, 550 Osage Street, public nuisances and ordering them demolished.
This opened up the public hearing for these particular said items. Is anyone present that would like to address the council? If so, you may come down to the podium by stating your name. Anyone present? If not, these public hearings are closed.
Today is the public hearing to fix the cost for demolition of structures at 2102 Gate Avenue, 56 South Lafayette Street, and 1057 State Street.
This opened up the public hearing for these particular said items. Is anyone present that would like to address the council? If so, you may come down to the podium by stating your name. Anyone present? If not, these public hearings are closed.
There's a public hearing to declare the structure at 320 Cody Road South a public nuisance and order it demolished.
This open up the public hearing for this particular said item. Is anyone present that would like to address the council? If not, this public hearing is closed.
There's a public hearing to consider the application of Rodney Dozier to operate a shuttle service.
This open up the public hearing for this particular said item. Is anyone present that would like to address the council? Come down to the podium by stating your name.
Good morning. How's everyone doing? My name is Rodney Dozier. I had an idea. I'm nervous, so I had an idea of starting a business. I'm a young black male. I just wanted to do something different for my life. I take care of my mother. I'm a caregiver to my mother. So with being a caregiver to my mother, I had an idea of starting a shuttle service, a non-emergency medical transportation service. I had the idea from taking care of her. I wanted to make her proud of me and do something different with my life. And, this is just the start, but the beginning and the start of something new for me.
Any questions or comments from the council? All right. Congratulations to you, man.
Okay, thank you.
At this time, Bishop, if y'all would like to leave, y'all can go ahead and leave at this time. Hey. Thank you. Okay. Is anyone else present that would like to address the council on this particular said public hearing? If not, this public hearing is closed. And to Mr. Dozier, the city is going to be rolling out a workshop in the next couple of weeks. If you can get with our communication director, give her all your information, make sure that you have it to help you start your business and stuff, okay? Just make sure you leave your information with her, okay? Madam Clerk.
Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. Sabrina Mass.
Good morning. Okay. Reggie, can you make sure I get my 3 minutes, please? Sabrina Mass. Today I want to talk about freedom of speech. This is a very important topic, as well as all of the Constitution. Last week we heard these attorneys say that the freedom of speech and freedom of expression was the rights of the people of the United States. And it's because the common cowboys are white. Because last year, this lady standing right here, Minister Jackson and Minister Mays, came in here with their signs, not hurting anybody, standing in peace and protesting, that said things about you and the council and the mayor. And you guys, you sit there and called the police and had them attacked right in this building that I'm standing in and put me and other citizens in the middle of a fire between the citizens and the police. And then because we spoke up for our freedom of speech and freedom of expression to protect them, you gave us a 30-day ban. 30-day ban for their freedom of speech and freedom of expression. So if you're white, you're right, and if you're black, get back. What is this? And then 3 weeks ago, I came down here to voice my freedom of speech and freedom of expression about what was happening in my neighborhood, and they're tearing up my subdivision when you guys didn't give me notice, and I asked you to give me notice. They're in my yard right now with bulldozers on my grass right now, tearing up the community. And then because I expressed my freedom of speech and freedom of expression, you guys, District 3, had me called to be removed from the Public Safety Committee that was appointed. I was appointed by the Chief of Police, Chief Prine, not because he's my friend, not because we hang out and eat and we party, because he knows that Miss Mass is going to be the truth and speak for the peace of the city. Whether the police are wrong, I'm going to tell them they're wrong, and if they're right, I'm going to tell them they're right. No, you took the very person that's been in this council for 18 years. I stood in the middle of a crowd in a mob a few years ago with George Floyd when the police were under attack. by the police, I could be dead right now. I stood in the middle of that crowd and calmed the crowd and told them, do not attack the police. Let's have peace, love, and unity in the community. I did, and you know that. And you, District 3, you stood there and told the people, and it's on record. If Miss Max has something to say, it's no stopping. She's going to say it. You said that. But when I speak up for my rights in my community, you want to have me pulled away from the Public Safety Committee when I'm sitting there to speak for the truth, facts, and justice for all in this city. You hurt me. You hurt me. Why? What did I do to you? I did nothing to you. I have been standing here for 18 years and have never, ever, ever done anything wrong and hurt anybody in this city. Nobody. And y'all know that. But I'm not good enough, and I'm not proud enough, and I'm not American enough to sit on a committee for the citizens. And that flag up there, take it down. Justice for all. No, it's justice for y'all, and who y'all pick can have the justice. I come from 6th generation of American military. My husband did 26 years in the United States Air Force. Son, father, grandfather. I have people right now that work for the Department of Justice. I don't like what you did to me, and you're wrong, and you will have to pay, not by me, but by the grace of God.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
LaJill McNeil.
Good morning to the City Council. I am LaJill McNeil. We are a part of Williamson High School Advocacy Group.
Good morning. Dear Mayor Stimson, the Williamson boys varsity baseball team have been forced to reschedule home games from their 2024 schedule, primarily due to incomplete preparation of the city parks that have traditionally been placed on their schedules for home games, in particular James Seal Texas Street Park and Duval Park. This unfortunate situation has led to the uncertainty game to game from team as to whether they will play or not, which places undue stress on these students and their parents due to no fault of their own. Also in question is the current baseball field situated directly on the campus of the school for years. The WHS alumni and citizens of Maysville community have advocated for the renovation of the school's baseball field so that the unnecessary travel away from the campus for home games would no longer be an issue. For your reference, a letter which was written in August of 2019 addressed to your office from the Honorable late Councilman Levon Mancy has been attached to this correspondence. In this letter, Councilman Mancy requests that the land on which the baseball field sits be donated to the Mobile County Public School System to fulfill the needs for Williamson High School to establish its own baseball complex. To this date, there is no evidence that a response has ever been received from the mayor's office. Williamson High School serves students from both District 2 and 3. For this reason, we are calling upon the Councilman Carroll and Councilman Smalls to advance the issue back to the mayor's office and advocate for the constituents, just as the late Councilman Manzi consistently did. The students of Williamson High School deserve a safe and permanent environment to call home field. For the varsity baseball team and girls softball team, after many years of advocating and requesting a solution to this problem, we ask that this be taken into consideration regarding the situation be resolved swiftly so that the students are not placed in this uncertainty predicament yet again next year. To be certain that our students can be assured for a fair and equitable solution to this old age issue, we are asking that the Mayor Stimson, Councilman Carroll, and Councilman Smalls address the following question with honesty, accuracy, consideration, and fairness on behalf of the students, parents, population of Williamson High School, middle grades, preparatory academy. Because the baseball field is located on the campus of Williamson High School, has been deemed the property of City of Mobile, does the city have an obligation to maintain the property and bring it up to specification as it would any of its parks and recreation centers? And would you assure us that this situation will take priority and importance in serving the constituents of your district? Thank you all that you do in serving the citizens of District 2 and 3. Sincerely, the Williamson High School Alumni Advocacy Group.
And I want to add this. When we talk about teen violence, we need to take all these things into consideration. Our children have no positive activities when parks aren't available. So we ask that you assist us to avoid teen violence. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Carroll, are you aware of any of this?
I got a call from Mr. Green, I want to say maybe last week, Thursday, inquiring about the field behind Williamson High School and ownership. He also sent me a copy of this letter at the same time. In return, I reached out to McDade, who is the school board commissioner for this area also, and asked her what was the current stance of the public school system with the fields that they were playing on. She and then told me about home and home games and some games that they didn't want the kids to have to go away twice to play at home because it was to play at another school twice or home instead have some home games also. Before then, I think I sent correspondence to Ms. Brown, who then may have gone uphill where we found out that the Texas Street Park field was not ready. There was an error made in the field by the contractor. The foul pole line was 30 degrees in the wrong direction, and the field would have to be redone, resodded, remarked, and everything else, which made it incapable to play out in the field at that time. And the bathrooms had not been completed, nor had the water fountains. However, the contract for the contractor states that they still had another 30 days in order to finish the contract under the contract that was written by the city. So they were not in breach of contract, nor were they over time. However, the field was marked wrong. In return, it was asked if they could play at Duval Park. The response there was they could play at Duval Park, and we'd be glad to assist them in playing at Duval. However, we had a massive rainstorm, and the outfield was underwater, granting it to be too wet to play on and too much water out there, and that the mound was not completed. I think when I talked to Parks and Recreation and everyone else, they stated that we'd be glad to work on the mound and we'd be glad to let them play there once the field was capable of being played on. So they have somewhere to play once everything is done and corrected. I don't know what the process has been since the time of the corrections have started, but you guys are welcome to play at Duval Park once the mound is done and there's no possibility of damage to players or individuals out there because of the conditions of the field is what I remember. I don't know if Ms. Cormati is in here right now to even talk to this or to respond to it. But she has been informed. Now, when we have a response to the time in which all these will be completed, then I'll be glad to give those to you and let you know where we are on the facilities. I do not have an answer yet on the property behind Williamson High School that y'all are stating that there's an existing baseball field on, because that was just asked of me not even 24, 48 hours ago. So, and now you're down here immediately after asking me to say, we want you to do this before we could even get your response. So once I have a response, I'll be glad to forward it out to everybody that's involved with it. But currently, that's all the information that we have, unless anybody else in the administration has any additional information beyond all of what we've done in the last 4 or 5 days to try to make sure we provide a place for them to play.
Shauna, you know. Okay, all right. Yes. Okay then.
Be more than happy to give you anything we have, but right now, I mean, the danger to the field at Duval is beyond letting.
But they told us Duval is ready, so the pitcher's mound has been in place.
Right, but
so
it needed to be corrected. But the problem was the water on the standing water on the field from the massive rain that we had, and it was incapable to be played on that day. You're welcome to play there, but we just need to make sure that all the conditions are right for you to play that when it's time for you to play.
What about the dugouts at Harmon?
That's
PR 127.
Mr. Green, that was passed on also, but now you're mixing apples and oranges and you're trying to talk about multiple things at the same time.
We're talking about parts.
That information was also passed on, and we are currently looking at it. And if it can be done, it will be done.
There you go.
I just don't know how fast it will be done, as I've stated to you before. If we're going to do it, I just don't know how quickly it's going to happen. Let me say this again. We're going to do it. I just
Okay.
don't know how quickly it's going to be done.
And it getting done, let's think about the positive activities for the children.
Hey, Keisha, if you can just make sure you get the information, okay, for the make sure, and she's gonna work with you all and
And
everything.
also on the teen violence, when our children can't play, they don't have an outlet to go to, they are being pushed in the streets. And you want to talk about the teen violence. So it begins with the Mobile County public school system, and also with the city, council, making sure these kids can have somewhere to go because they have scholarships, some going up, to college and everything. And now they have been set and pushed back, and for all their hard work. Why are we doing this to these children? We should, as adults, should have everything in place already for these children to perform their duties on what they're wanting to become in life.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. President, let me also state to the general public, so the general public knows this, they were offered the opportunity to play at Tremere Park also, and there were some statements about we don't want to go that far to Tremere Park also. Tremere Park and all the other parks that we have that have baseball fields where you can play, you're welcome to play there. They can play at any park that we have that is open. So wherever they want to go or wherever we have a place for them to play, we would be more than happy to accommodate them in those parks. So thank you, everyone, for your time and for your environment. We don't want any athletic kid or academic kid not to be able to play anywhere. I was an athlete myself, and the worst feeling in the world is to practice all week long and not have a place to play.
Or to find and see a place that we can't play. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. The clerk.
Felina Green.
Good morning, Mayor, Congress, Council, and leadership that represents me in the room, and the followers of Jesus Christ, because that's what we need. We need some followers. Thank you. Funny how glad it turns out when I come in. The good Lord gave me a scripture for y'all today, and it was Psalm 140, 12 through 13. I know that the Lord secures justice for the poor and uphold the cause of the needy. Surely the righteous will praise your name, and the upright will live in your presence. This is the rebuke. I come to you to talk to you about the slumlord situation in Mobile. I've spoken about Azalea Court, townhouses, and nothing has been done. I've had 3 conversations with District 4 representative, and nothing has happened. I get a phone call this morning and yesterday of a man that had to be put in the hospital due to the stress of those apartments and having to be moved 3 times. The manager is stealing the people's money. The maintenance man is her father. He goes into the apartments when they're unattended. It's mold in there. It's mildew in there. And lead-based paint. That's called asbestos. Now, asbestos and lead-based paint is dangerous to children. It's children that reside in that community. Why hadn't we done something? Why has Channel 15 done 4 stories on it, and Senator Marika Coleman has to look into our problems? Why? Now we gonna go on down to the Bay community, which I reside in. They knocking on my door day and night about Bayou Plaza apartments and the mold, how a man died. I had to wake up to that with a thermostat. He had been complaining about the heat and had a heat stroke and died. Why? Does death have to come to the poor and the needy? But y'all say that you're resonating in your communities, but the poor go lacking. Why? Don't you know that the blood is on your hands for these people? South Bay apartment, and we all know those apartments down the bay been sold Airbus. Make them clean it up and fix it. Why? Why? Why are the refrigerators stolen from the people when the manager orders refrigerators when they complain, but they never make them to their house, and then a U-Haul truck comes and picks them up because she sold them? Why? Why can't they have refrigeration? Why can't they have air conditioning? Why? Why can't they have heat? And we call ourselves Christians? I heard a councilman say, I believe in Jesus, but are you a follower of Jesus? Because some of us can see. Some of us can see in
All
the
right, thank you.
spirit.
Thank you.
Robert Clopton, Senior.
Good morning. I'm Robert Clopton, to the council and to the administration. Good morning. Jimmy Carter once said, I have one life and one chance to make it count for something. I added something to it. Silence is complicity. The float that read, MPD releases body cam video of shocking results, is one of the most deplorable, detestable, reprehensible floats I've ever seen. Again, silence is complicity. That float was divisive. It crossed the line. It facilitated a state of moral instability that some perceive to define the city of Mobile. Was it appropriate? Or was it a subliminal message or subliminal articulation of a hidden viewpoint of the coming cowboys or the community? Is silence complicit? I want to thank the two city councilmen who spoke out against it. Thank you. Because as you said, everything is not a joke. The city attorney stated that the city of Mobile, the council and administration have no authority over the content of the posters of the coming cowboys. However, I have to ask the question, who authorizes, assigns the permits? Constitutionally, said the attorney, it's free speech. I agree, it's free speech, but it's harmful, hurtful speech. And especially to the family and friends of the ones who had lost a child due to the tasing incident of July 2nd, 2023. Who controls the permits? Can I get a permit to parade the streets of Mobile and articulate any printed material that I would like to convey? Yeah, right. That float was harmful, deplorable, divisive, and it revived hurt feelings from the July 2nd, 2023 tasing death of Mr. Jawan Dallas. And to our city attorneys, maybe we should police the content of all parade floats, not denying free speech, but ensuring that all people without prejudice have a right to enjoy Mardi Gras without heartbreak, hurt, or harm by the vulgarity of any float. And from the words of Malcolm X, I'm for the truth, no matter who tells it. I'm for justice, no matter who it's for or against. I'm a human being first and foremost. And as such, I am for whoever and whatever benefits humanity as a whole. The float of the coming cowboys did not benefit humanity as a whole or the city of Mobile. Thank you.
Reggie Hill regarding Ordinance 46059 and Resolution 09246.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. And let me tell you, the week leading up to now has been wild. To the citizens and stakeholders of Mobile, greetings. Reggie Hill speaking. I ask you please listen intently for our rise today, setting a tone for all mobilians to consider referencing what appears to be the two most pressing issues throughout our municipality, public safety and economic development. Before we dive into 46059, again, I must express my belief that Chief Prine is doing the absolute best job, which he can do under the deliberate supervision he's called to adhere to. Examining the before-mentioned public safety agenda item, 3 observations come to mind: precedent, timing, and the Zombie Act, which we know is state law. Knowing that time is a fluid matter, something we have no solitary control over, why are pre-dawn raids even an issue? When ensuring the public safety, we need the ability to move in the best interest of all civilians whenever that is. And why would we consider any legislation that prevents transparent warrants enabling equal protection under the law, justly certified by the judicial system alone, eliminating any need for questionable enforcement influences? What's most disappointing on this, though, council members Richardson, Rich, and Williams would have never allowed an executive branch to dictate who makes policy. In Mobile, Alabama, any city department exists at the behest of a city council. Surely such legal structures will be produced by the legislative body only to be carried out by an administration. We have a strong council form of government for a reason, not a civic center. Wow. Last week, like, wow. See, God Almighty limited the voice on this particular proposal threefold. From the lead character basically being vocally absent in the announcement, the mic system malfunctioning out of the gate, and the audience having to be cued went to clap following an untimely pause after the plan's keynote speaker declared all existing structures of the Mobile Civic Center will be torn down. Wow. Parading as if world-class entertainment coming to the port city is something new. The project sponsor even mentioned seeing Elvis here in 1975. Why isn't the sustainability of our existing venue the main priority? And have we just disregarded our state laws pertaining to the preservation of monumental structures? Still, the numbers seem most puzzling. What sound basis do we have for the cost estimates on renovations compared to full redevelopment? Factually, we're just recklessly repurposing. We heard about tennis tournaments. So now we cut into the bottom line and mystique of the Mobile Tennis Center, suggesting all these new bars and eateries. What about our businesses who've toiled so long to be successful in our currently growing downtown makeup? The lodging piece. When the Finance Committee meeting revealed to us that finding a hotel is no major concern in our city, how are we willing to waste taxpayer money claiming need for another hotel in this specific area? The quarrel with audacity, however, is this pitch of new residential units when we haven't put a substantial dime towards our public housing crisis. So we'll have to continue this later. Thanks for you on the floor.
Ordinance is held over. 46059, ordinance amending chapter 46, Police Department and Law Enforcement of the Mobile City Code.
So moved.
Do we want to take these individually?
Yeah. There amendment to be offered to this?
Yeah, well, I second it. Man.
Been properly moved and second in discussion.
Wait.
I'm about to offer.
I know, but I thought this has to be brought up and then amendment offered.
Yeah, I'm about to offer the amendment.
Okay.
Councilman Penn.
Yeah, I would like to offer an amendment that's on file with the city clerk office.
Second. Been properly moved and second in discussion on the amendment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed.
No. Let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, I can't remember.
Councilman, let's do that again.
This is on the amendment?
Yeah, on the amendment. Can you do a roll call vote on that?
Yes. President Small,
Yes.
Vice President Gregory,
No.
Councilmember Penn,
Yes.
Councilmember Carroll,
Yes.
Councilmember Reynolds,
No.
Councilmember Daves,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods.
No.
Okay, amendment failed. Going back to the original. And then a discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed?
Opposed. Opposed.
This is 3 opposes.
Let's have another roll call.
Let's do another roll call vote. Madam Clerk?
President Small,
Yes.
Vice President Gregory,
No.
Councilmember Penn,
Yes.
Councilmember Carroll,
Yes.
Councilmember Reynolds,
No.
Councilmember Daves,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods.
No.
Okay. Ordinance fail. Madam Clerk?
09018, ordinance amending Chapter 15, Article 3, Section 15-72, the Mobile City Code, and setting term limits for membership on the Mobile Public Library Board.
So moved.
Second. Been properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Item passed.
25022, ordinance amending Chapter 25, Garbage, Trash, and Litter of the Mobile City Code.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second in discussion.
Yes, Mr. President,
Mr.
I'd
Carroll.
like to offer an amendment as submitted to the city clerk. As we worked on Friday and over the weekend, adding some additional language for the downtown area.
Second.
Been properly moved and second on the amendment in discussion.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is this what we received this morning?
Yes, sir. What we received this morning is that for that, but also there was a request that we add the little language that said for the dumpster for the downtown business district, the downtown area. That was added and emailed to you just before the council meeting started. So that is what we're doing. That's what we're voting on. The corrections that were asked for this morning, as amended upstairs in pre-council, is what we're voting on.
Vote on the amendment.
Yes,
Okay.
voting on the amendment.
Mr. Reynolds, you have something?
Yes, sir. I wanted to just make sure, I think Mr. Carroll just hit on it, that Section H in 25-10 includes the defining of dumpsters in the downtown business district. That is included in this ordinance, as Mr. Carroll stated. But I also want to say that this has been a long process, making law like this that changes basically every single resident in the city and how their services are provided to them. You know, it's been painful, and I appreciate everybody's patience, appreciate the effort of Casey Calloway and her team, and Rob Lasky coming in to, bring it across the finish line here late. I agree with the statement that Councilman William Carroll made this morning in pre-conference that there's no way, or just a slim chance, that we got this huge piece of legislation done the first time. So as we make this transition on dealing with litter and how we're addressing garbage and trash service, I encourage every resident in the city to make their concerns known to the city and their legislative representatives so that if changes are in fact needed down the road, we know what they need to be changed to. That's it, Mr. President.
Any other discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Vice President?
I just want to second what Councilman Reynolds said, thanking Casey Calloway and her team, Rob Lasky, everyone who came forward to give us suggestions and concerns about the litter and garbage ordinance. Also, Councilman Woods, who chaired the committee. I know everyone downtown had some specific issues that they needed to be addressed, and I want to thank Elizabeth Stevens and her group, and of course, Councilman Carroll for coming on board and making some changes. This is a huge undertaking. It has been a huge undertaking, and as it normally goes, there will be some tweaks that have to be made down the road, but I think this is a great step in the right direction, and I just appreciate everyone's participation. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed.
Back to the original, Mr.
Let's go back to the original. Amendment
As
passed.
amended.
Yeah. Any other discussion?
No, sir. I think you have to pass the original motion as amended now, right?
We're just back to this. As
Go back
amended.
to original. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed.
Mr. President,
Mr. Carroll?
well, several have alluded to my statement this morning, and I think that we need to start talking about this now because in the future it's going to be a real issue and burden to us. The downtown area is so unique for lack of space to have dumpsters, also carts, and for the city to distinguish between businesses and also residents and have businesses being picked up at the same rate as the residents, along with the same privileges that the residents do downtown. Yeah. Space is cramped. You can't get dumpsters in certain places. Uh, uh, Streets have dumpsters outside on them in some places for 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, some empty, some not clean. But to be honest, to the general public and the people that live downtown, once we get down the road, we are definitely going to have to relook at how we handle garbage downtown. We are going to have to do something to where it is truly 100% equitable to everybody, and it may involve a cooperative district where we are realign some of the finances to something that we have in the city, or do something totally different. But we're going to have to revisit this at some point in time in the future. Thank you, Mr. President.
Madam Clerk.
Consent resolutions held over. 37205, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a lounge retail liquor class 1 license to the Sticky Rooster on Highway 90, 40-18, declare the structure at 1328 Adams Street a public nuisance and order it demolished.
So moved.
Second. The properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item pass.
Resolutions held over. 60-14, resolution stating changes to the Mobile Police Department policy regarding no-knock warrants and pre-dawn raids shall be disclosed to the City Council. 01224, authorize agreement with Mobile County for upgrading courtroom technology. 01225, authorize agreement with the U.S. Department of Energy for the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program. 09226, allocate funds in the Stormwater Fund to capital project municipal stormwater fees project for stormwater management projects. 21227, authorize contract with Galls LLC for uniforms for Mobile Fire and Rescue.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes.
Ordinance is being introduced. 34023.
By council rule, this will lay over 1 week.
Consent resolutions being introduced. 09230 through 03262.
Move to waive the rules for immediate consideration of these resolutions as read.
Second. Been properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Rules waived.
09230, transfer funds from District 1 discretionary account to Mobile Parks and Recreation General Fund account to assist with back-to-school event. 37230, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a special events retail liquor license to second annual Iron Hand Homebrew Festival. 31232 and 233 are authorizing the mayor to apply, accept, and receive a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Violence Against Women, and to apply, accept, and receive a grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. 234, declare the structure at 952 Minor Street a public nuisance and order it demolished. 236, declare the structure at 320 Cody Road South a public nuisance and order it demolished. 237, 238 are fixing the cost of demolition of structures at 2102 Gate Avenue and 56 South Lafayette Street. 239, fix the cost of demolition of structure at 1057 State Street. 58, 240, and 241 are authorized removal of weeds, groups 1649 and 1652. 60, 242, and 243 are approving a water special bonus to the firefighter of the month and the officer of the month. 60, 244, and 245 are determining appropriations to Clark Legacy Foundation and the Fuse Project serve a public purpose and approving payment. 03262, reappoint Theodore Blunt Jr. to the Electrical Examiners Board.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second in the discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes.
4235, declare the structure at 550 Osage Street a public nuisance and order it demolished.
Motion to lay over 60 days.
Second.
Been properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item laid over.
Resolutions being introduced, 09246 through 01263.
Move to waive the rules for immediate consideration of 08-249, with the rest of these resolutions being laid over for 1 week.
Second. Properly moving second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Madam Clerk?
08249, approved purchase order to sand some equipment for replacement parts for garbage trucks.
So moved. Second.
So moved. Second.
We're properly moved in second in discussion.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item pass.
Call for public hearings, 41261, call for public hearing to consider a conditional use permit property located at 5032 Government Boulevard, scheduled April 16th.
So moved.
We're properly moved in second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Public hearing is called.
Announcements.
District 1, Councilman Penn.
Thank you, Mr. President. This Saturday, Chevan Youth Day birthday celebration will be at Figures Park. Free food, prizes, T-shirts, and it's sponsored by Mothers Involved Against Gun Violence, the Public Safety Director, Mobile, City of Mobile, and Gulf Distributing Holdings. They are sponsoring this event. DJ Dirty Dan will be there, some other youth groups, and we're just inviting everyone to come out to this Youth Day. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Penn. District 2, Councilman Carroll.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I was at a short meeting this past week about Down the Bay, and I was asked about questions about Down the Bay being commercialized. Let me tell every citizen and homeowner down the bay from Canal Street to Virginia Street over to Broad Street, nobody is coming to take your property. Nobody is trying to take your property. Nobody involved with the river, with the bridge over the river, is concerned about taking your property. No one that's involved with the new center downtown for the Corps of Engineers or the Civic Center is trying to take your property. Your property is absolutely free unless you sell it to someone else, and then nobody's going to take it from them. So do not be misled by any information in the public about your property being condemned or taken, or the community being torn down to be commercialized. That is an untruth that's somewhere circulating in the public. I have no idea where it's coming from, but that is untrue information. Secondly, there is a community meeting for the new area in District 2 in Maysville this coming Tuesday at 6 o'clock at the Harmon Recreation Center. So if you're in the new area in District 2, I would like to meet you, hear your concerns, and know what's going on in that neighborhood. It used to be part of District 2. That area is south of Duval Street, west of Michigan Avenue, north of Hertel Street, and east of Dolphin Island Parkway. We will be there, meet there at 6 o'clock at Harmon Park, and we will be there for an hour and a half from 6 to 7:30. Thank you, Mr. President. Those are the extent of the announcements that I have today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Carroll. District 4, Councilman Reynolds.
Very briefly, I want to acknowledge the Student Government Association with St. Ignatius, that they stuck around and they watched us conduct the business of your city, each and every one of you city. And, you know, it's an interesting process and dynamic that we go through, and I'm glad you got to see it, that you know, we are the government of the people. That's what we are, and we welcome folks to come down here and make their voices heard to us so that we can enact the best law possible that represents the most in the city. So take this as a learning experience. Don't let it scare you off. This is something we all must participate in. So thank you all for sticking it out.
Thank you, Councilman Reynolds. District 5, Councilman Days. District 6, Councilman Woods.
Well, yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to remind everybody, next Tuesday, March 26th at 6 p.m., having a District 6 meeting at Woodridge Baptist Church. So 6 o'clock next Tuesday. Did want to point out, too, we took up item 40-236 regarding 320 Cody Road. And like I pointed out earlier today, that's something that came into the into the city with annexation, and has been previously a problem as far as blight's concerned, and all the stuff that comes along with blight. So I just want to make a note that being in the city, being able to walk through that process now, and finally get issues handled. That's just a testament of coming into the city of Mobile. On top of our excellent PD and fire, there's areas like that helps. Do want to thank the Smithfield HOA for allowing me last Thursday night to come and join you for a short time. And I'm looking forward to meeting with Sugar Creek HOA tonight. And if you're a HOA member or a president out in District 6, feel free to reach out to me. Would love to come to any of your meetings. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Woods. District 7, Vice President Gregory.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will be joining Parks and Recreation officials this coming Thursday evening for a regular scheduled meeting of the Country Club Village Civic Association. They have a building over there that they have renovated, and we will be meeting there. It's directly across from Lovretta Park. We will be discussing updates on the pickleball courts that are scheduled for construction over in Lovretta Park. Again, this is part of their regular meeting, but we will be bringing an update on the pickleball courts that construction has already started. They're in the very beginning stages, so we'll be updating everyone on those pickleball courts. And then over in Hillsdale, certainly a different location, but in Hillsdale Park, pickleball courts will start work in April, early April for mobilization. So 2 pickleball courts scheduled in District 7. And just again, I will be joining the Parks and Recreation officials on Thursday to update residents in the Lovretta Park neighborhood on what is happening in their park. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Vice President Gregory, and greetings to the citizens of District 3. Please mark your calendars for Saturday, March the 30th. We will be having our annual Easter egg hunt at the Gillyard Elementary School, inviting all the kids in District 3 to come out at 3 o'clock p.m. on March the 30th, 2024. We plan on having great fun, food, and prizes, and the Easter Bunny will be there. Again, that will be March the 30th. And also to the citizens of the Maysville and North DIP area, we will be having our community meeting on April the 2nd at Maryville Elementary School at 6 o'clock p.m. Notices have went out to your mailbox. Please be there and be present. Anything else from this council?
Mr. President?
Mr. Penn.
I did want to let the family know, of course, that's my family as well, the Miller family. Dora Miller, she was 92 years old, recently passed, a lone resident of District 1. Her service will be this Saturday, but she was a longtime educator at O'Shea Road. Keep the family in your prayers. Thank you, Mr. President.
Anything from administration?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Just to remind everybody that Wednesday at Big Zion AME Zion Church, 112 South Bayou Street, Kenyon Hall will be hosting a town hall to be listening to the concerns of the community.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Properly moving second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? One thing we want to say to the nation, y'all come down, we want to take a picture with y'all too at the end of this meeting, okay?